Sister out of Alabama is recovering. They say after surviving being shot by a stranger on the intersection in Moody, Alabama. Now, Altavice McLeod's fiance, Ronnie T. Allen, alleged McLeod was shot in the face by 36-year-old Rebecca Armstrong at a stop sign on July 19th on Kerr Road and Highway 411. According to Moody Police Chief Reese Smith, they say a woman was shot multiple times sometime before 5 p.m. after pulling up behind Armstrong's car. As Allen said on Facebook that McLeod was on her way home from work when she pulled up behind a vehicle sitting at a stop sign. After approximately 5 minutes, another car honked at the vehicle, prompting Armstrong to exit her car and begin banging on McLeod's window. Initially, she thought something was wrong with the lady's car and that she was about to ask for help, he wrote. He said when she started cursing and yelling, he said, "Why are you following me?" He said, "B word." And my lady replied, he said, "Lady, I don't even know you." He said, Allen said that is when Armstrong pulled out the gun and shot McLeod in her face and kept shooting as McLeod tried to escape. So at that time, this lady pulled her gun and shot my lady in the face. He said, then continued to unload her weapon into the car. He said, Allen went on to say that he wants to tell the true story to combat Armstrong's friends who have been trying to shift the blame. He said, I wanted you to hear the story from me and not the crazy rumors about a road rage incident or what most of her friends and family are saying. He said, I know this lady. She wouldn't do that. He said, there's got to be more to this story. No, this is the story, period. Allen added, he said that he did not know what Armstrong could have been thinking, he said, but wondered if it was a black and white thing. He said, or Armstrong's way to make America great again, referring to a Donald Trump slogan. They said McLeod reportedly is suffering from a defensive wound to a left hand and a shattered thumb. They say, and a fractured left cheek, a shattered top inner palate. They say, and a fractured right jawline. They say Allen said that her car was totaled and as she tried to escape Armstrong. They say no rational reasoning, they said, or explanation can be justified. They say the destruction this animal purposely caused. They say, I know the politically correct answer would be to say we forgive her, but that right now I do not. And that's how you're supposed to be. You never forgive Satan. There's nothing in the Bible that tells you to forgive Satan. Not a one. The Bible teaches to forgive your brother and forgive your sister. Satan is not your brother and Satan's not your sister. So you have the right posture to not forgive. You don't forgive these white supremacists. You don't forgive them. Never. You want to forgive them? Well, after they pay reparations, then you can forgive them then. Until then, no. Let's say McLeod was on alert to say when the police arrived and say on the scene and was taken to UAB hospital while Armstrong was arrested and booked into the St. Clair County jail around 8 p.m. He said she was charged with aggravated assault, attempted murder, aggravated assault, non-family gun, discharging a firearm into an occupied vehicle, and reckless endangerment. She's being held without bond. They say the motive for the shooting is unknown at the time. It said GoFundMe was set up to help with McLeod's recovery, and expenses described the shooting as a random senseless act of violence. And Allen also thanked and said a good Samaritan who stopped to help McLeod as she sat bleeding her vehicle. He said thanks to the Moody PD for taking swift action in this monstrous individual criminal into history. Said man that stopped to help control the bleeding and render first aid. So you are greatly appreciated and you'll be blessed for your actions. You know, ladies and gentlemen, we got to be careful out here on these roads. You know, I live here in Texas and I know people just pull out guns on the road and shoot. That's why I'm like, if somebody cut me off, I don't blow the horn. You know, I don't be honking people too much because people around here, they already on edge and they just pull out a gun and just start shooting at you. You just don't know who you're dealing with sometimes. So on the road, sometimes you may have to go around a person or something to that effect. But don't, get out to their car and don't do, trust me, I'm telling you, these people are Looney Tunes. And the more and more this country go on, the crazier people are getting. So please, for your personal safety, just stay in your car, don't get out, go around them, do whatever you got to do, but just don't personally engage them because you just don't know what people are packing or what's their mindset.